So my friend Noor, see if she's on.
And
Hi, my friend. How are you, Noor?
I'm so good. How are you?
Good. Say hi to my dad.
I'm so happy. I'm actually here for your dad.
I understand. Go ahead.
So, like, I'm so happy to see your face on here. I'm so happy that you guys are just hanging out and being safe and being so, like, sweet with everyone. This is amazing.
Thanks.
Where are you from, Nora?
So we live in Brooklyn, but my family is from Libya.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Noor's incredibly talented.
Yeah.
I
for you?
just wanted to get on to say thank you to Gary because we are launching our series, The Process, tomorrow. So I have an interview series that's coming out, and Gary has been so hospitable and kind in letting his team really help us with this project. So you have an awesome son.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
What is your biggest lesson that you have taught Gary that you feel like he uses in his everyday life?
What is his lesson or my lesson?
A lesson that you taught him.
Taught Gary. Well, I guess the credit I should take for it, and I don't take a lot of credit for, I think I made him a man. He is honest. When he first came to the business, that was, and I think Gary even in some of his speeches said that. What his father said, listen, you make a deal, you shake his hand, you live by it. That's it. It's, and I think that's one of the things you...
Let's talk more about what I taught you, Dad, because this will take up the entire hour.
That's my second question.
I mean, this is going to take up the entire hour of the
Gary.
stream, Dad.
No, but and the hard work, I guess it's genetic. I don't think
No, I think it's actually a learned behavior. I think hard work is actually fully a learned behavior. I definitely learned that from my mom and dad.
I don't understand the parents who let kids to get away with shit, not working.
Yeah.
Meaning at the young age.
Yeah.
If you own a business or you have ability to send your kids to babysit or to do whatever, they should start at the young age. Because I don't know, listen, I can talk to you for hours. I had a very recent situation where a mom decides the kid should not work on Friday and Saturdays. He should work only 2 hours on Monday and Wednesday. And the whole thing, to me, I want to throw up. I don't.
So are you annoyed with our generation and their feeling of entitlement when it comes to not wanting to work?
I think the younger generation, that's my personal opinion. Strictly.
Yes.
Not Gary, not anybody else.
Definitely. We share very few. We share 20% agreement. We share 80% agreement. We share 80% agreement, 20% in outer space opposite direction.
Right. I mean, whatever.
Nobody should agree.
But right, you can. But I don't like the way some families, right, raise the kids. Even how they behave when they go to a supermarket or a store or any place, right, in public, and they run around like maniacs, and the parents paying zero attention to it, and I get so frustrated with that.
But I don't think that's a generational thing. I saw that in 1982, and that happened in the 90s.
I don't think so. Listen, it all depends on the family. It all depends on the family. It all depends. You would never be able to do something like that.
Do you think that's a cultural thing, though? Because I've always thought that was cultural.
What's that, Nord?
Do you think it's cultural, though? Because I've always thought that was
cultural.
Because I used to be in the store and be like, my mom would never.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, but even cultural, there's like, within cultures, there's very different family
That's
vibes.
right.
My dad's family, my mom's families were totally different in the same fucking culture. Right?
Really?
As far as what? Raising kids?
Just like what I'm saying is culture. This is the current American culture right now. You have unbelievable amounts of different opinions. So it's not just like immigrants or Libyans or Russians or Mexicans, sure, it's cultural, and obviously stereotypes and cultures exist for a reason, and they have some overlay. But I think hard work is a really fascinating thing because I think a lot of it has to do with the circumstance of the situation. There's so many people that I meet that are born in America that work their faces off because they were born in a trailer park and they had resentment and they have a chip on their shoulder and they bleed out of their eyeballs.
Hard work.
I have a question for you, Gary.
Go ahead.
My question for you is, with everything that's going on and everyone, I realized that today, I was like, okay, I've kind of understood that this is our new normal for a little bit and things are going to be different. I just had a virtual brunch with my lawyer and some thought leaders, and one of them was Seth Godin, and we were talking to him about what, you know, the climate for the creative industry is going to be after this. Both of us are speakers and we travel a lot, and so he was talking about how you can't exactly replicate what your in-person experience is with a speaker, and the idea of flying someone out, bringing them in, and that speaker kind of almost existing as a trophy of the event, as something to celebrate. But when you have them virtually, it doesn't hold the same weight, I guess. Yes, right. So what do you feel like, how do you feel like this industry is going to evolve after this, and how do we maximize on using this virtual experience as a way to truly build connectivity and make it worth people's time?
I think that there'll be, you know, I think that that point is well taken. I don't think in-person things will stop. Do I think that some will innovate and decide to do more stuff virtually? Yes, I think all of us are getting more cozy and comfortable through this screen. So I think that, like everything else, post something this large, there will be some adjustments. I think the top performers, the people that continue to fill seats, will continue to flourish. But I do think the lower middle class of speakers will either be cut, will find opportunities to go virtual. There's also the opportunity for virtual. I mean, I also think people are not underestimating technology. Like, I've already given keynotes as a hologram, right, in Vancouver. Yeah, so, I mean, I think that we're a decade away from that being quite normal, where the person's giving
an actual hologram?
Yeah.
Pre-recorded or live?
Pre-recorded, but I recorded it with a studio audience, so I felt normal, and it was my current speech at the time, and it went, and I've done that virtually.
And what was the feedback?
It was great, except the event did a shitty job and didn't make it clear that I was going to be a hologram, and I didn't realize that, and some people were upset, and so I had to do some damage control and reach out to people and do some FaceTime because I felt bad, you know? So.
Wow.
All right, Norm, I'm going to run into some more stuff. Love you. Talk to you soon.
Love you.
Take care. Bye.
Great to meet you, Pop.
Very nice meeting you.
All right, let's keep this going. Let's see who else is in the queue. Who else wants to be on? All right. Let's see. Let's get in the queue. Let's get in the queue. Let's see what's going on here. What up, Damon John? Good to see you, bro. He's in the chat. Daniela.
Miriam. Hey, my name's Miriam. How are you?
Hey, Miriam.
Hi,
Miriam.
I know you choose me just for the fact that I didn't have makeup on, and I hate going on without makeup, and I wanted to say hey, so I wasn't about to go miss my chance of putting eyeliner on.
I love it. You were just next in the queue, so it was super random. How are things?
Okay, it's funny because I just joined. Things are good. So I wanted to get your advice on something. I just published my second book on the 18th. My first book's all about saving money. That's my whole brand as the kosher coupon lady, right? So I teach people how to save money. And I went off brand just after a crazy journey in my life. And I wrote a book all about law of attraction, which I'm sure you're familiar with, right? What you think, feel, and believe creates your reality. But my journey to it, kind of the successes and failures with that. So I wrote a book called Lessons in Law of Attraction. I just released it on Amazon on the 18th.
Okay.
And I released it early in the crazy midst of this pandemic.
Okay.
And my game plan is just to get the book out to influencers because, you know, why try to be the marketing guru when there's people whose whole social media are on that. But I wanted to know, with everything that's going on, any advice about what I should do? If that's kind of been my game plan, should I continue with the game plan? Any other ideas on how to market the book? And also, can I send you a copy of my book?
You can send me a copy. I think influencer marketing is a great idea, but as you can imagine, I think I get sent 200 books a day, right? And so, and the reality is I've promoted 0 books because I don't read them and I don't know what's inside and I'm scared to. It's not that I don't want to, it's just that I don't have, first of all, I can't read. And second of all, I don't have the time to read it. And then if you're going to promote something, you're co-signing that, right? And so there's a lot of fear in that. I think a lot of influencers are really hurting themselves by promoting things that they don't actually believe in, and they're just taking the dollars, and eventually that just ruins your reputation. I think for you, I think one of the things to really focus on, and I've been very consistent about this, it is a content game, and I think it's also an access game. I think you should consider doing this with your audience, right? Just literally Q&A, answering questions, talking about why you wrote it. It leads to value and it leads to people becoming interested. I also think distribution across multiple platforms, right? So LinkedIn and TikTok are 2 places that I've been very hot on that can build new audiences for you. So I think content and the contextual content within those platforms at hyperbolic scale is disproportionately the biggest opportunity in marketing. It just takes a lot of work. The notion of like shipping out a book and being like, hey, post this has a lot less friction than putting out the work. But I think the work over time brings a lot of value.
I mean, hard work doesn't scare me. So, I mean, my first book, I sold all over the country. So, I think it's a content and access game. I think it's content access. I talk a lot about like, watch what I do, not what I say. Like, that's what I do. I do content and access. Right. I mean, you're fantastic with your content. You're constantly on here. And I mean, I think that's how you've really obviously built your brand. Content's key, right? You can't get around that. Like I'm, guilty of one of these things. I don't do as much as I should on here. I just started another page for this book because it gets confusing when you dual brand. So that's why I just started another author page. That one's at Miriam Wortel Official. But for the Kosher Coupon Lady, I know I haven't come on here just because I have a full-time job that's really a business and that has to take up most of my time because that's what's making most of the money.
Have you thought about documenting that process? Like literally taking my phone right now is laying up against a bottle of wine and we're just filming here, right? Like I think a lot of people overthink production. I think literally somebody filming you or you filming yourself of what you're actually doing during your business is a piece of content.
Okay. The only thing is so I can do that for like the side businesses. I own like 3 side businesses plus my main job. I work in the financial industry and I can't go into detail on that for compliance reasons, social media.
I understand.
Because that's the majority of where my money's coming from. And, so, for me, like that, I can't post anything about or whatever else. And believe
I got it.
I'd love to, but I'm very passionate about financial education. And I also,
I also would tell you that 99% of people I talk to that are in the financial industry use regulation as an excuse. As somebody who's works with Chase and somebody who's met with tons of personal brand financial advisors, there's a lot. You can't make claims like this is you can't make claims, but there's an enormous opportunity to create content around the financial sector and financial advising. It's just that people use the whole blanket of like, we're regulated. I mean, obviously my dad and I grew up in a liquor regulated business. We have our toy clients, Hasbro and Mattel through the years. We had them both as clients at one point. They're ridiculously regulated, can't market to kids. Like, I think, I would tell you, because I'm educated in it, there's a lot you can do around the financial sector.
Right. Well, that's why I'm focusing on the consumer realm for online. And then if people get curious, they can always find me for the other stuff. I do make other content videos. I can't set up my whole brand for the main business on there, but that's fine because that's doing okay in the way that
I get it.
Yeah. But I do need to focus on one of my biggest challenges, for running my page for the Kosher Coupon Lady is, I don't have a great place to film in the house, and I'm one of these perfectionists, so I haven't found that perfect thing. And I know I just need to just post content. People just want the information. They don't care.
They do. I mean, look at our background right now. We have a window that's bad for lighting. Like, I
don't know. I think it's great. It looks very peaceful. You can see
guess what? Like, your background looks great too. No,
stuff,
you're overthinking. People are in the business of saying no. No, people are in the business of fucking saying no. You need to produce content. It is the cost of entry for success in business today. It's as simple as that. It just is. All right, gonna move on. Talk to you soon. Thanks. All right, Dad. What's your next one?
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. I don't know. Let's pour the Camus. Let's pour the Camus. Yeah, I don't know what you're doing with your Pinot Noir.
I love it.
Okay,
I didn't add it more. Whatever I pour, I didn't finish it.
We'll drink it. Good. Chug, 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 chug. All right, good job, Dad. All right, Camus 2012 Cabernet, very popular wine from Napa Valley that a lot of people enjoy. How's that Pinot? Feeling good?
Very good.
Okay, good. Good.
Beautiful color.
Yeah, great color in the Camus. Let's see how this bottle has evolved. All right, let's see who else we can get on here right now. Yes, Birdland. Let's pin Birdland. Actually, Birdland just...
Who?
Birdland, somebody in the audience. Just...
Last name Berlin?
No, Birdland. Just...
Oh, Bird.
She typed in winetext.com. That's why I pinned it. Why don't you tell everybody about how you're feeling about WineText?
WineText is a creation of my son Gary, who everybody knows, of course. Another creation.
Yeah.
Another,
I love you back, Christine.
And
Dallas.
it's an easy way to order wine. Simple.
Real quick, did it surprise you? So it launched last
Yes,
summer
it's surprise.
on 4th of July,
Surprise.
right?
Yep.
We were
You're
talking.
talking to a guy who you like,
We'll
right,
talk to
who
him.
doesn't
Tell
like to tell secrets.
Okay.
That's, I consider everything is a secret.
Right.
So anyway.
Right. So even saying WineText is doing well, you think is a problem because you don't want anybody to know your business.
That's right.
Okay.
You, on the other hand, is
Desperately trying to tell everybody what to do because I think the world is abundant, and I think.
Listen, I'm old school. I came from a society where it's everything, you have to do everything under the radar.
I know that.
And it's a cultural thing, what,
I get it.
translate to.
I don't judge it.
Yeah, it's,
I get it.
it's personality.
Yeah, I totally get it. Let's get somebody in. If you got a question for me or Dad, get in the queue. Let's see, why is the queue not working? We're glad we can cheer you up, Hope. We want to cheer up everybody. Let's see. All right, I'm just going to have to take people from the comment section, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to, I don't know why the queue is not working. All right, I'm going to try to just click on some people.
Is that somebody?
I'm trying to get some people on here. Let's see what's going on. All right, what do you think about my man?
What up, Gary?
What's good, Ed?
Man, I'm chilling, man. What's up, Pops? How you doing?
Dad,
How you doing?
before you get too nice with this man, let me tell you a story. Do you remember when the Ravens beat the Jets in like 2005? Yes, went to ESPN. Yes, that was him. He made that interception. Him. This man right here. This was the man that broke our heart.
Yeah. He's not lying,
You're
Pops.
retired, right?
I also played.
He's not really retired. He played for the Jets for a few minutes, but he's retired. He's a Hall of Famer, and he's arguably one of the
He likes wine?
50 best players of all time. You know what he loves is cigars. Loves wines, loves cigars.
What kind of wine do you drink? What is your favorite wine?
I've been drinking Chardonnays lately, Pops, but I'm a Cabernet guy when it comes to red wine.
I love that.
Okay.
Cali.
Yeah. Where do you live?
I live in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is one of the best dudes ever.
Yeah,
I'm going to have you and Pops
Georgia.
meet.
You have to come down to New York, and after all this bullshit is over, obviously.
No doubt.
Not now, and we'll drink some good shit.
Hey,
Promise.
sounds good to me, Pops.
How you doing, Ed? You feeling well?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm in my garage right now. I had a little live session working out with some gospel music earlier with some people, and just wiped down my car, man. Now I'm trying to get this pollen off me.
Ed, I miss you, bro. We'll see you soon.
Hey, y'all take care, man. Enjoy.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Dad, Ed Reed, one of the best players of all time. They just did a special on the NFL Network.
Really?
On the NFL Network, where they talked about the best players, and they had all these different people come on.
Just
and
with the shit expensive he saw.
that's a Raven, not a Raven.
Oh,
Raven, Baltimore.
Okay, okay. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm.
And Bill Belichick, you know that guy we hate.
That's when he went, and John Amos was there.
No, that was Pittsburgh.
Oh, it's Pittsburgh. You're right. I can't get my story straight.
And you know Bill Belichick, who we hate very much. but
number one.
But
he's going to refund to Jets this $1 million he took in the West,
yes,
right?
Yes, I'm sure he will.
Yeah, especially right now.
And he there's a play that Ed Reed did something for like weeks at a time to put it on film because he knew he was playing the Colts and Peyton Manning, and he knew that Peyton Manning studied film so heavily. So when there was a certain setup.
What kind of porn film?
No, Dad, stop. I'm trying to be funny. Like, like Peyton Manning watches football film, and he set up a certain way on a certain setup, so he knew that Manning was going to think that. But for weeks at a time, he was tricking him.
He's tricking him.
And Belichick said it was the best play he's ever seen in football history. Ed Reed, that man right there. So, and he's the best guy.
And Belichick is secretly taping all the.
Belichick cheats. I mean, let's not get confused.
Okay.
Don't get confused, anybody in America.
Let's see what happens this season. Actually,
you excited?
No
more Brady.
No more Brady, my boy.
So I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
all right, let's see if we can get somebody in the queue. That's not working. I guess I'm gonna just have to take him from the audience. All right, Dad, what do you think about the Camus?
I didn't try it yet.
All right, so why don't you try it? Let me bring somebody in here.
I'm not trying to compare Camus to previous wine, but the previous Pinot Noir, I don't know, maybe because
of where you're patted.
I start liking Burnout.
What's good?
What's good, Gary?
What's your name?
My name is Cody.
Cody. Say what's up to Sasha.
What's
Hello,
up?
Cody.
Hello. I am just now waking up, sorry. And I got
waking up, where do you live?
I live in California. I moved here just
so
a few months ago.
3 hours. Well, still noon time.
Well, he's a young kid. He was probably up to fucking
Yeah.
4 in the morning.
I was up to 5 in the morning.
Right?
5 in the morning.
Drinking.
I was actually a clown last night. If you're wondering why I have makeup on, I usually don't.
I love that.
Okay.
Making
So you
some
weren't
content?
working.
Always making content. Pushing on TikTok, pushing on YouTube, pushing on Instagram, pushing on everything.
Good job, brother. What can I answer for you?
I mean, I don't know if I really have any questions. I mean, I would just say, how would you keep on going? Because I've been burning myself out here. So how do you maintain your, I guess your status? Like I'm always burning out on content because I always push myself way too much. And I always try to do everything like my best. Like I always try not to waste any time and just get straight to the point and work as hard as I can. So how do you not like burn out? That's probably my only question.
You know, for me, it's actually, you know what? I'll give my answer. Dad, you've been working so hard, for 50 years. Why have you been able to maintain, 6 days a week, 12, 15 hours a day in your early
7
days?
days a week in the
or
beginning,
beginning
first
of life,
17 years.
So like, why didn't you burn out? Because you worked a shitload.
Because I had a dream.
Mm-hmm.
It's American dream, like anybody else, I would assume, who came to this country as an immigrant. I want to build something for myself, for my family. Mm-hmm. And I never think about myself as far as it's hard or it's not hard. You just fucking work.
Yeah, no, I agree. Definitely.
And I understand it's a different times, a different society, different, things. And
Cody,
I think it's a personality.
Cody, I also think there's another thing. I think from observing my dad genuinely loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I still do. I still can't lay on the couch. I know some people could, on the Sundays, they would fucking lay on the couch and watch TV all day.
Dad, you curse a lot with me around.
Yeah, I don't know. It's rough.
I like it.
No, very good point. Very good
my
point.
dad doesn't curse.
But it's true. I can't. Right now, for example, it's obviously we have a big problem, right? I can't lay on the couch or
Truffle cheese is underrated. Truffle cheese.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm. It's in my blood. Mm-hmm. That's it. And it's. I don't know if you learn or you're born like that. I just.
Cody, I'll tell you this, and I don't know. I also think it's like, what is the North Star, right? So when I hear you kind of put it down, what you were saying, my concern is a lot of people get caught up in numbers, get caught up in followers, get caught up in money, get caught up in clout. You know, like to me,
100%.
you know, one of the things I think a lot about is why haven't I struggled with those same things? Because I think about that, like, why haven't I? And a lot of it is because even playing the game is exciting. It's more exciting to me than the good stuff that comes along with it.
Yeah, no, it becomes an addiction, definitely. Like
So
it feeds your dopamine.
So when you burn out or you struggle, like, what's going through your mind?
Well,
Verbatim.
I'm actually doing a YouTube series right now. I'm in the process of it. We've released 2 episodes right now, and it actually talks about numbers and likes and how it truly affects the influencer. So I've been talking about it. It definitely affects me. Like I become addicted to this game, to this, you know, influencer world, and I'm still in the process of learning how to control. You know, if I get a bad post, I can't be sad about it. Like I'm still learning that. I'm still trying to figure that out.
I think you need to reverse it to, like, how do I compare to others, and reverse it into, I'm so grateful that this is my life.
No, I've definitely been working on that. So one of my main problems, if I'm being honest on here, even if I don't know if my supporters are on here or anything, but I branded my relationship as Zodi. Like my relationship is Zodi. Like we branded it. We're doing a tour together. I built my own tour. We have our own merch line with it. And my problem was I was already doing good myself, but when I got into a relationship and when we started branding it, we did even better. But I posted my relationship so much because obviously it's higher numbers, right? Where, you know, whenever I posted myself, it wasn't as special anymore. So it brought my likes down. So then it made me like I would have to work harder, and I'm in that process right now of like trying to bring my own brand back up instead of like my relationship brand. But that's kind of the circle I'm in.
I think that the fact that you even value that the relationship numbers are better than the individual numbers just is a framework of insecurity, and it's just a game you have to get out of. You have to use the serendipity of this connection that you and I made to just beat into your head that that's just a silly game. It's you know, like, look, I mean, I think humans are attracted to relationships. We've seen all of them, you know, we get all that, but like following an Us Weekly framework is never going to lead to happiness, you know? And so I really, really think that like, you know, it's super weird. I think about this a lot, which is like, why do I like when things, you know, when things are hard versus when they're easy? Like I kind of like when you said your story right now, like it would be more fun for me to start producing content outside of my relationship and it's not doing as well and be creative in it to try to grow it versus dwelling that it's not doing as well.
No, that's exactly what I'm doing right now. So a lot of the things that I've been having trouble with, especially, is definitely my YouTube channel. Like my YouTube channel is thriving right now, especially with the series. But most of my videos are with my girlfriend. So I usually do like long videos, like all these prank videos, all these challenge videos. You know, like they could be fake, they could be acted, they could, you know, it's not genuinely me. It's all like it could be all like persona.
Yep.
And so I'm not just working on the numbers and likes, but I'm also working on being real and being myself and not being this cringy guy because I'm also 18. I've been doing this since I was 14. So I don't want to be.
Bro,
like,
you're also evolving. You're a different human being than you were when you were 14. He's 18. I think the thing you have to really focus on is a video that gets 10% of your normal views, but is something you wanted to say is important. Let me give you the comp. I off a tea at Gary Vee. I've been doing this kind of tea show in the morning. Like, came up with this idea of sell stuff Saturday for yesterday, and it really kind of clicked. The audience responded to it, and so I made an Instagram post about it. I titled it. I put the part where I was talking to the kid on there. I knew it wasn't going to do well, and it didn't. It did a third. It's one of my least performing video posts. But for the 300,000 people that watched that video, of those, the 39 people that sold something for the first time in their house yesterday and start saving money and start getting through this, like, it's worth it. And too many people, like, everyone's fucking selfish, Cody. I don't give a fuck if it doesn't perform. For me, I care if it brings value on the other side for them. And whether that gets 3 million views or 3 views, if you get into that fucking mindset, it's game changing, bro.
Definitely. Yeah, I've never thought about it in that perspective.
You see what I mean? Like,
no, I know
you
exactly
know, being
what you
a 14-year-old YouTuber, everybody got caught in the same game of like, thumbnails and titles and likes and collaborations
Yeah.
and brand deals and ad revenue. And like, there's a lot of good to it. There's a lot of entrepreneurship to it. There's a lot of branding to it.
Yeah.
But when it seeps into your soul, you get very vulnerable.
No, yeah, it's all bad news. Trust me, I used to broadcast like 16 hours a day, like no sleep. My family's been in a position where I've been paying for the bill since I was 14 even. And I would broadcast so much where I got burned out, which is where most of my revenue comes from. It's going live, going donations on TikTok. So I just got burnt out with it, and I've been trying to work on, it's not that I'm not grateful, but it's that like my mind just wants me to think different. My mind tells myself like, you could be doing better, you could be working harder, and that's where the whole burnout comes from.
I think where you need to go is, I need to be happier and bring more value, not win the internet.
I agree. I would definitely work on that, Gary.
All right, brother. I'm glad we met. Take care.
You too, man.
Good luck.
Appreciate you. Bye.
All right, Dad. I gotta tell you.
But
I gotta tell you.
You said the same thing to me. You said, don't worry about how many people you're going to follow. You just, if you give value and you got 1, 2, 3 people, you're ahead of the game.
100%. It's just
and
like
it's and I was always looking to get more, because I'm such a fucking
you're competing with Liz Novello, my sister,
right,
who's got more followers. And guys,
right.
we need your help. Actually, we need everybody to follow Sasha Vayner. Is that your handle? I think it's Sasha Vayner, right?
Sasha Vayner.
Is your handle?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need you to, because my sister Liz, I got to tell you, it's not showing super well.
I know.
It's a little disappointing.
And it's pricey.
It's super pricey. I've very run hot and cold with Camus. I think sometimes it's all right, but like,
I didn't know.
Liz is in there.
Oh, really? What did she say?
I don't know. I think we should put her live.
Yeah.
See if she comes on. She's like, no.
No? Why
not?
not?
She's lagged. She's saying no. Don't have people follow him so that.
No. You want?
There she is.
Dad.
You have a question?
I always have a question.
Everybody should have a daughter.
Thanks,
Everybody
Dad.
should have a daughter.
Listen.
I'm listening.
I love you guys so much. I wish I could be there
You
drinking that yummy wine.
It's actually not that yummy. I think this Camus is wildly overrated.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Dad.
The peanut was before was very good, actually.
Dad, I know. I want to try something. Listen, there's 2 things that I was thinking. One, Max is going to be doing a homework assignment this week, and he has to interview Baba, my mom, right? But one of the questions
You didn't want to interview Adita?
Yes, it's Women's History Month, so it's.
Dad's a woman.
Dad, here's the question. Dad, here's the question.
Yeah, I'm listening.
I never thought of this, but I think it'd be interesting. If you were born in America, what do you think you actually would be doing?
I would be a lawyer.
Really?
Oh yeah, I'm good. Or I'd be the best CIA investigator
Yes,
ever.
now we're getting
ever. I'd be
Yes.
Sherlock Holmes, right?
Dad, you're fucking Sherlock Holmes.
Should I create an Instagram page, Sherlock Holmes Sasha?
Yeah, Dad.
That's a good
You
one.
like that? You're excited? You're excited?
Dad,
That's a good one, actually. Yeah, you're right.
You
Dad,
Yeah, always
Dad can
conspiracy.
find a conspiracy
Yeah,
or
or
a negative
anything.
thing, or if there's a cynical point of view, he's got it. He knows. You can show 2 little kids playing in the backyard. He's like, I think there's something going on.
I love you guys so much.
I love you.
Do you have a question for me?
Yeah.
I'm going to call you later.
You have actual questions.
I have actual questions. I love you guys so much.
Love you,
Liz, but are you pumped that you're way ahead in followers than Dad?
Oh my God. Totally.
Wait.
You know, we get competitive because of you, Dad. Number 1. Can I win at something? Let me win at something, right?
Let her win.
I want to win.
All right.
I wanna
Gonyo, 2011, Liste, Barolo. Love you, sis.
Love you.
I finished the Camus, Dad. I finished Camus.
I'm going to be drunk before,
You're not going to be drunk. All right, chug. Chug, 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 chug. All right, good job, Dad. All right. This is a Barolo from Piedmonte. I think one of the most under.
Cheese.
I did eat your cheese. I paused for a second. One of the most underrated regions in all of wine. All right, let's see. Let's get somebody. Let's see what's going on here now.
Zayd?